La la la.
What's going on, everyone? Happy Sunday. It is the end of the month. Well, the last Sunday of the month. So that means it's Brains and Brews live, and we're going back to the 70s. I love me some 70s horror. There's nothing better than that. I don't know. I mean, I like the 80s, don't get me wrong, but 70s is definitely the shit when it comes to
That's a
horror
good
movies.
question. What era is better for horror, the 70s or the 80s? Which produced more gems? Like, right? I would love to do a
Well,
conversation about that sometime.
I mean,
That's fascinating
and
to me,
I'll
man.
bring it up again at the end. We are doing the 70s this Thursday, so it'll be interesting. We're going to discuss. Because I mean, think about it. You got the 70s. Yes, like the genres have all started there, but the 80s is what gave you your Michael. Well, no, Michael came in the 70s, but Jason and Freddy and all those they
Well, the
came in
80s gave us the icons, but
the
with
icons.
the exception of Michael and Leatherface was the
And
70s
oh,
as
and
well.
Jaws. Let's not forget
Yeah,
Jaws.
Jaws, Regan. Was it Regan 70s?
Reagan's in the 70s
Reagan.
also. So yeah, there'll be some interesting
Yeah.
for Thursday for sure.
For show, show,
But
show, show. What up, son? How you
if
doing,
this is
brother?
I'm good, I'm good.
Ah,
If
I'm
this is
getting
guys
hype, bro. Hype, brains and brews, bro.
if this is your first time, guys, this is Brains and Brews, where we discuss zombie movies, or now it's turning out to be this season. Is this a zombie movie? And of course, our brews. I am Joe. This is my counterpart, my dear brother Ricky. And Ricky, I'm thirsty, so I'm gonna go to you first though, because I did open mine ready, so it's kind of taunting
I
me.
haven't
But
even opened mine yet, but all right, let's
let's
do
go
this,
to you.
brother. It is
What you
brains
drinking,
and
bro?
brews. In case if you are not aware, we before we get into the film, we like to buy and try brand new beers that we haven't ever tried before. So I'm a big IPA guy, so that's pretty much all I'm gonna be drinking on this show. But I'm going back to Two Roads, brewed here in Connecticut. Hit the jackpot, baby! It's a jackpot juice. Never had it. This came in a variety pack for Two Roads with a bunch of others like Road to Ruin. Shout out to P Rock. But this is a hazy IPA. It's 5.8, so it's not too strong. But it is I haven't had it yet, so I would love to try it out. And it's Mohegan Sun. It got the Mohegan Sun logo, so if you're native to Connecticut, Mohegan is pretty important, and it's a pretty cool spot. I go to Terrificon there for it's a great comic book convention, bro. It's every year, and they moved it to Mohegan the last few years. So I love me some Mohegan Sun, and here we go. Oh yeah, I love the sound. A nice cold beer crack. I haven't poured it yet, unfortunately, so give me some time. But yeah, man, you hear that? Ooh yeah. All right, let's go, bro. What you doing over there, bro? You masturbating? What's going on,
No, no, no. What? No. If my masturbating sounds like keyboards, I'm in trouble.
like you're over here. All right, salute, bro. Let's see. All right, well,
Salute.
color wise, yeah, it's nothing out of the ordinary. It's a pretty standard shade of um, amber. So, salute. Okay. Mm, Nothing out of the ordinary. It's not mind blowing, but it's also not too egregious. It's pretty good. Uh, Pretty basic, but not in a bad way. It's kind of refreshing. It's not no bitter beer face or nothing like that. So give me a few more sips, and I'll give you more of an assessment on it. But I'm curious what you got because you always try and go themed here. So
Well, no,
let's.
this one here's what happened today. I did go to Total Wine and More. Again, we're not endorsing them. It just so happens to be, at least for me, one of the best places I can go get beer as far as variety. Sorry, ABC Wine and Liquor. But I found a section where they're showcasing Florida beers. Now, I have
Hmm.
on here introduced from Orange Blossom Brewery the Orange Blossom Pilsner, which was actually pretty good. Well, I'm from Orlando, and so this is the Orlando beer. It
Pretty
is
sweet.
City Beautiful. If
Got a
you've been
goose.
here, you've got what's a swan. We have
Oh.
swans. This is Lake Eola. So it is that's actually the other one that I had did from them was a little bit lower on the
Oh
ABV.
yeah.
This is a 6.4. Um
I like
it's
that. That's a
yeah, it's
nice.
a little bit higher. It's
Mm-hmm.
supposed
It's getting
to
there. It's getting there.
be the four hops that intend to represent Orlando. So it's Cascade, Centennial, Chinook, and Columbus, which I guess they refer to as the four C's. It's supposed to be dry, refreshing. Obviously, I'm reading it.
Look at this guy. Somebody
Yeah,
did his
come on, man.
homework. I
I
love
had
it.
to make sure I got it, but it says bright hoppy aroma with pine and floral notes, and it's a balance of soft malty backbone. So, salute.
Salud. Bottoms up. Cheers.
Now I poured mine first ahead of time because the last time I gave myself too much of a head, but this is actually a little bit thicker than the last one that I did from them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a nice.
That's a good color. That's about what
It's got a nice good
right
color.
now, yeah.
Flavor wise, it's funny because when you had said the bitter face, like if it gets your tongue that little, makes the tongue curl just a little bit, but in a good way. But it's very, actually, I do smell something floral in there. Actually, not I was in my garden earlier.
I didn't. You know what? I didn't even check what's rocking in here, but it don't really say on the can. I'll have to do research, but I didn't get to do any of that today. But overall, yeah, I had the Voodoo Ranger last week or last month, and that one had a smell to it, bro. It just smelled like it had that fruity aroma that just went into your nostrils and just heightened up your senses perk, So this one doesn't have that. This smells like a beer, but that's all right.
Well, hey, but
Something wrong
remember,
with that.
the whole thing sometimes is trying to find something, and now we're getting into the summer.
Yeah.
You might find something that, besides an all day, something close to an all day that you're going to like, because I have uncovered some all days that I do now go back to, especially if I'm going to a pool party. But I've also found some that are light enough that I can do as an all day and not be all shit faced like on like a 6.5. I won't do that anymore. But yeah, say hello to everybody.
Let's go.
And
What
then
up? Yeah, we got Adam. What's going on, Adam? What up, Brains and Brews? Boys, what up, son? And of course, we got Lexi, the fourth corner. Hey, beer brothers. Sorry I'm late. Y'all look fresh and handsome. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh, and with that, Ricky,
Yeah, I got it, man.
let's get. I guess with this one, normally we take a bite, but this one comes with a sting.
A sting. Where's this thing coming from, Joe?
Oh, well, I guess we'll find
We'll
out.
get there. We'll get there.
It has been established persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder.
The zombies are taking over.
Widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life, seeking human victims.
No more room in hell. The dead walk here.
Yes, one of the masters of body horror, one of his early ones before The Fly, and that is David Cronenberg. This is Rabid, and it stars Marilyn Chambers as Rose, Frank Moore as Hart, Howard Rishpan as Dan, that's Dr. Colloid, and Joe Silver as Murray Cypher.
Murray, my boy, Murray.
Now, this one, as soon as I started, I had Adam and Nicole watch it. My friends today, my husband. So before the show, as soon as it started, they said, "This just feels 70s already" with that intro. I even said, when you watch this movie, you can smell the Marlboro and the beer in this movie. And so the movie starts off with Hart taking his beautiful Rose on a motorcycle ride through some windy roads, and they come upon a Winnebago. And when they hit that Winnebago, I have to say, though, I kind of was worried at the start, though, because when that motorcycle hit the Winnebago, I'm like, why did they go so high up? Like, my head went, I went, wee, as they went up in the air.
It's funny because if you look at it again, because I saw this twice, and when it hits the Winnebago, it looks like it just leaped off of a ramp.
Yeah, literally. Because I mean,
if it would have smashed into the Winnebago, it would have fucking just smashed right there.
It. Yeah, it was. It's funny because I had gone wee
like
when I saw it.
Wee.
our
That was
friend
the
Nicole, I
most,
just hear
like-
her going, "Wee!" I'm like, I had the same reaction to that
Yeah,
scene.
that looked fun, right? I mean, aside from the explosion, but
I mean, it was.
my
And I
man got
honestly,
you got a separated shoulder, a broken hand, and a concussion out of it.
and meanwhile, her, she's got like burns and road rash and all kinds of,
I
fucked up stuff.
wish they would have delved more into her injuries though, because it looked like nothing. They never showed no like disfigurement, no burning or nothing. This fake
No.
ass orange blood that was just like that blood
Well,
was terrible.
The irony of it all is this accident just so happens to be down the street from a plastic surgery clinic.
Some lady saw that shit with binoculars, like, Lloyd, it's an accident.
Now, it took me a minute to realize it was going on because when you first see people, they're all, the first two, they're all bandaged
Like,
up.
what the
So
fuck is it? I love Dr. Moreau. What the fuck is going on? Oh, it's a plastic surgery clinic.
see, I thought it was a husband and wife who had gotten plastic surgery, and then you realize that it's a surgery center.
Just patients, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, if especially during those times, I guess if I'm gonna get plastic surgery, I'd want to go to a place like that, because it seems like they got pools, they got everything, you get your work done.
It's kind of like a resort because they got they got hotel rooms. Because you saw my man's Lloyd, his room was like fancy looking. Yeah, there was a spa in there as well. We saw when Rose went to go take a dip. Yeah,
yeah. It's a fancy place. Like, who wouldn't want for that to happen? But of course, this being horror and Cronenberg, everything somehow is not what it all seems, though. And that I makes that sound sinister. It's just the fact that this one doctor, because they are miles away from the hospital, Dr. Colloyd, said he's going to do the surgery. And then he explains this whole thing about the graft, and they have to treat it some sort of way so they can make it a neutral. And by making it neutral, this is so that way it'll go to the same skin tone and the same area. Because if you don't do that, it can do like facial skin and it'll just start growing hair. And I'm like, I guess that makes a little sense, especially if you're gonna do it on a woman. You wouldn't want hair growing in parts that normally doesn't happen. But he has to do this treatment, and nobody's done this before. It's the first time, I think. And well, there's probably a reason why, because Rose got an unfortunate side effect from this surgery. Rick, what was this unfortunate side effect?
First of all, let's rewind back a little bit when we're talking about the skin grafts, because I think to me the thing that made me wince the most in this film was when they show him removing the skin from her thigh.
Yeah.
That shit looked real. Like, oh man, because
I didn't know that's what a skin graft was like that.
You didn't know? Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah, but
Not that way.
It's interesting. Yeah, they normally take it from somewhere else. But what's interesting is that when they said that they got to take the skin grafts and send it to another doctor so they could go ahead and kind of formulate it and do some kind of secondary procedure on that before they even get to use it. And they said, well, we got to wait, and then it cuts 1 month later. I'm like, God, Dax, you're still waiting for that skin graft? What the fuck? But she already had it. But that was my first, inclination. And it's interesting because she gets up and Rose Marilyn Chambers, the great Marilyn Chambers, she freaking wakes up screaming, and we don't know what the hell's going on. But apparently, what this did to her, it did mutate her in a way where she does not need any more nutrition from foods or anything that us humans use to nourish our bodies. For example, she would only function on blood. Now it's got to be human blood, because when she tried the cow blood, it made her sick. Just like when she ate that fucking steak, what do you call it, steak on a bun or something, or on a bowl?
Steak on a bun.
It made her sick as well. So it made her almost very vampiric in nature, which was pretty cool. I like that. I just wish they would have delved more into the how and why. We didn't get too much of that science. It was just they never really even showed what happened. All right, she developed this orifice underneath her arm in her armpit. And
hold on. What did the orifice look like to you? Because we had a whole bunch of
it
guesses,
looked like an anus, bro.
All right, it did look like it. See, and I first saw it because it was a woman.
I think that's the metaphor.
Did you mention where it was at though? I'm sorry.
Her armpit, yeah, underneath her arm.
Her armpit, and so it did look like an anus, but then because I thought woman, so I thought it was a vagina.
No.
And all of a sudden I hear Adam because I was doing my notes real quick, and I hear Adam going, "Juan, is that vaginal dentata?"
No.
It's like, no, it's not vaginal dentata.
Yeah, it looked crazy, especially when my man Dr. Killoyd was fucking like touching it. Does this hurt? And this kind of starts pulsating, like, oh come on, what is it? Then he sees something in there, but he's like I don't know. I would have been like, wait a minute, what in the fucking world is this, man? And so what happens is inside of that orifice, there is this, again, if that looks like an anus, this is very phallic in nature. This is something protrudes out of her orifice, and out of that, whatever that tentacle is, pincers, and one long pincer emerges out of that, and that is what punctures her victim, and that's how she sucks the blood. Now the secondary act to this, or function rather, is she is like Typhoid Mary, as explained in this film, where she is a carrier, but she is immune to this. So I guess the side effect is when she draws blood, the victim gets infected with this rabies-like disease that it just turns you psychotic and mad, and you start killing and biting people, and then just like rabies, eventually you go into a coma and you die. So it's very like it's movies all over the place with how they explain this, but that's pretty much that's the crux of the film, pretty much.
Let's say a couple hellos because I want to say a little bit more on the look of it.
Joe likes that stuff. It looked like she blew into pieces, but she came out looking hot. Yeah, from the motorcycle accident. It's very when it exploded, I'm like, oh, so they're gonna piece her back together. But again, when she's in the ambulance, I'm like, bro, show us, how is this damage? She looked great still. I don't know. I didn't understand that. Yo, what up, P Rockzilla? My man, what's good, brother?
P-Rock.
What up, son? Queen, what up, Queen? What up, familia? How you doing, Queen? Hope you guys are doing great on this Sunday evening. Hot dog, and yeah, did it like at the end of a hot dog. The anus, that is, or the orifice that looked like an anus.
Oh yeah. That's
Adam says, I said, oh god, this isn't vaginal dentata. There you go.
Well, and because I had said to them, because when they were all trying to, because the fun part was they were trying to figure things out and going, well, how's she like biting them? Like and I'm like dying laughing because not that you ruined it, but you had mentioned something about the armpit. So I was waiting for something involving the armpit to happen in the movie, but I said nothing to them.
Oh, you didn't get there yet?
I never saw the movie, but you told me that it had something to do in her armpit.
Well, for context really quickly, Joe had messaged me earlier in the day about the movie, and I said, I'm gonna watch it again. Then I mentioned fucking armpit horror, something like that. So I thought you had seen it. No,
I did see it, but we talked about this before. Like somebody told you about this movie, and the one thing they told you about the movie was something involving the armpit. Yes, and you told me the same information. So I went in already knowing.
You remembered that? I forgot.
Yes.
Bro, see? I forgot. Then when I saw this movie,
happens when you tell people things.
I said, "Oh my god, this is the armpit movie."
Yes. So I went in going, "This is the armpit movie." So I didn't say nothing to them.
Gotcha,
so they're trying to figure it out, and then when they show it, I'm like, "All right, guys. So what does that look like to you?" So Nicole goes, because I had said, well, I thought it was a vagina. She goes, "Yeah. I mean, that could be the clit coming out." I'm like, "Well, damn." Now I look at it completely different now that you said it that way.
I can see that.
I mean, but it was an interesting choice to make the thing be in your armpit. And as you said, it causing the infection, because at some point, she gets hungry, and obviously it's going to look suspicious if she stays in the hospital, and she ventures off. So let's talk about her feeding, because, I will say this isn't another movie where she would be the antagonist, but I think she's an unwitting antagenist. Does that make sense?
I agree with you, because when she got, not to jump ahead, but when she got yelled at near the climax of the film by Hart, he was like yelling at her like she was well aware what the fuck was going on. They did it. They did it to her. She's a victim just as much as anybody, in my opinion. I'm sorry, go.
Well, no, I was gonna say we're gonna.
Yep.
Because as you mentioned that the first thing she tries, of course, granted, she did feed on the doctor and the news lady. I think she was probably a weather lady, but she tried with the cow and realized she couldn't with the cow, and then she gets the farmer. And seriously, what is up? Oh, by the way, forgot to mention this. Dude, this is Canadian.
Yeah.
This is a Canadian movie.
It is a Canadian
And I
movie.
sat there and said, God damn, this is one of the first movies I can say that Canadians are just as creepy. The men, not the women.
Interesting too, not just Canadian, but this took place at like Montreal and Quebec.
Yeah.
And,
Like they actually, you know, they're not.
Cronenberg's Canadian? He is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Because
Another fascinating thing, another fascinating aspect is that Ivan Reitman was one of the producers in this movie. I didn't realize that.
Oh,
cool.
so that because you know Nicole has said Ivan Reitman, he's in the movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I didn't see him in the movie.
Yeah,
But
he
but yeah, so she, you know, is now goes out and starts feeding on people, which is I thought it turned interesting because as I said, she does it. She's just hungry. She doesn't know the aftermath of what she's doing. You know, so it's like it seemed like she preyed upon bad guys, if that makes sense.
bad guys, you know. All right, we had the one pervert in the theater. I got that. We had that one guy that tried to molest with that that farmhead guy. Jesus Christ, he got the orifice. Well, not the orifice, but orifice. I know you love that word, that's why I keep mentioning it. But he got the pincer through the eye, right? That's the guy that went to the diner and he ordered food, and they get the guy next to him his food. He just grabs it, he starts eating the other guy's food. What the fuck? Food.
But yeah, I mean, I
didn't think about that though. She went, but not everyone, because she got the poor girl in the jacuzzi, the one that went in for the nose job.
Yes, but she probably
And the doctor
was feeling
got
because
my
the
man
girl,
Keylord.
the doctor did that to her.
Oh.
Let's
How
go
about
that way.
Lloyd? How about Lloyd? Justify Lloyd.
Well,
he
Lloyd,
was a nice guy.
he was a nice guy. However, it just, as soon as she came in, because of course it's the 70s, so as she's tossing around, she's topless, even though she was in a gown, but the top
Now we
comes
know
down.
why they wanted Marilyn Chambers for this.
Top goes down, and the sheets are down,
And my man is over her like nothing, like tits out, and he's all like on top of her, like, you okay? No, Hart's not here. I'm your friend. I'm Lloyd. Jesus Christ.
Well,
girl's
he's
topless.
like, and she's like, make me warm. I guess, yeah, he was, but I think that was the first one though.
Yeah. See, I don't buy that though, because
So, no,
also the truck driver too was he was a nice guy to me. The guy who gave her the sandwich, and remember him? He was nice. He wasn't like, trying to be a pervert or nothing.
All
like
right.
that. Or even
So I
the old
guess-
lady, who I'm assuming she killed me. She was like, where you going?
Because
And
yeah,
she was-
dude, the 70s, obviously that's another part,
A lot of
because
hitchhiking in the
the
70s.
hitchhiking, and people did it.
It
And
was
would
normal, huh?
pick people up. Yeah, it was normal. And like my friend Nicole was just like, don't these truck drivers watch horror movies? And I'm like, well, it's 1977, so they have not seen all the stuff that we've seen. So to them, picking somebody up,
I
you're
wasn't
not
even born
thinking
yet.
you're Picking up Eileen Warnos or Ted
Eileen
Bundy.
Warnos, good show.
Yeah, you're not getting some hitchhiker killer, Son of Sam. This is all before that. Now, you stupid if you pick somebody up.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, now you
hell
get
no.
now you know what it's called now? Taking an Uber.
Yeah, well, you can take that Uber. But yeah, no, like I said, I now that you said that, yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, to me, I just think now she was well aware, because her friend Mindy, I think that was her name, right? She was aware that she didn't want to hurt her. She tried to sneak out.
Yeah.
She got stopped. She said, "No, not you," but that she can't help it because her body aches, and I'm assuming it feels like your body's starting to like just shut off and decompose right in front of you if you don't ever have the nourishment. And they didn't really get too much into the science of that at all. We don't know how long it takes or what happens if she doesn't feed. And that just goes with my gripe. One of my gripes of the movie is the fact that I wish we got more explanation. But again, at the same time, though,
But what are you going to
movies-
explain?
Yeah, exactly.
You're explaining a mutation.
But not just that,
nobody
though, but
expected to happen because
as
of this
I'm-
graph.
Yeah, you're right. As I'm talking, I'm convincing myself. But who would explain it? No one knows what
Yeah.
the fuck is going
Like
on.
the
so-
doctor, listen,
don't know.
I'm pretty sure the doctor, when he's looking at it, he goes, "Oh God damn it!
You
I
wanna know
moved
some-
her butt in her armpit," and I would have been like, "Can I check to see if your butt's still down there and make sure it didn't migrate?" Like the doctor did not react the way he should have.
Yeah.
Looking at something that's pulsating with something sticking out, like that was a dumb doctor.
Yeah.
But at the same time, remember, it was all a fuck up mutation
Mm-hmm.
from the experimental shit that he was doing.
And it was like rabies as far as the symptoms. Interesting enough, when they had the scene, and this brought back flashbacks, and not good ones for me, man, on a personal level. When one of the policemen, they grab Murray, and they need to identify Dr. Dan Keloid, who was already turned. He was locked up in the back of the van. And he's showing his guys first that they're getting the rabies shots, and he said these rabies shots are killers. I'd rather take my chances of getting sick. And I'm like, man, I've received rabies shots, man. I said it. I believe I
that's
talked about it here.
Yeah,
I went through
you
that.
missed an episode.
Yeah, dude. So you get like, I had like, it felt like 20 needles, like 3 in each ass cheek, one all over I got bit by a stray cat, and my arm got completely swollen and infected. And they take needles and all around the room. You know I hate needles, dude. And they're long, bro, and painful. Like, oh my. And you got to keep going back every few weeks to get treatment. Now, they told me now, if you don't have rabies, you don't got to come back. But you won't know that. So whoever bit you, if that cat is still around, healthy, you're good. And I'm, oh yeah, that cat's always around. He's a stray. I know him. Okay, well, you don't got to come back then. If you see the cat is still... Because rabies, you die within a certain amount of time. They even mention it here. Now, in this movie, you die a lot sooner, and that's why they knew it was a different form of rabies. So
it's 6 to 8 hours for incubation.
There you go. Yeah.
All
See,
right.
it's
And
different
then-
for real rabies. Yeah.
And then what they say is that once it kicks in, and what you start feeling is you start sweating, you start like basically not feeling good, and then that's when you start attacking people. But after you attack people, you actually end up going into a coma, and then you die.
It
So-
makes you think, why not just round up everyone, throw them in a fucking cage somewhere, let them all die?
Well, I mean, because then you're still kind of, I guess, risking the
Mhm.
chance of infecting other ones.
P-Rock says, and he took one up the hot dog and hole.
Did he watch
You-
this movie? Does he know this movie? Or
No, because we
Oh.
talk about assholes, and
oh,
he's comparing an asshole looks
Gotcha.
like the end of a hot dog.
but so yeah, and then actually the other part was when they brought in the guy from Britain, like, and I had had tried to get them, like, because they sometimes will talk through the movie because they're trying to figure it out. But I'm like, you guys got to listen to this part, and then you got the guy explaining
part is this?
the medical guy, the specialist they brought in from the UK.
Oh, yeah.
Then he's like, he goes, how? And then he's like, all right, so this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Listen, you know what? Your best bet is just to shoot him. And I'm paraphrasing. He goes, your best bet is just to shoot him. I mean, the alternative is, they're gonna go into the hospital, go into a coma, and die. I was like, if there's no other better way to tell somebody about, what to do in this situation, that was kind of it. And I will say, there was some couple things here that reminded me of other movies, and then made me think of, this is kind of where the inspiration came. Now, when you sometimes look up the scene, or if you type in Cronenberg's Rabid, you get a drawing of the cover, right? Which is a train scene where you got the lady that's sitting there, she's all infected, and her friend Mindy is like watching. That made me think of Train to Busan and the sadness, where an infected is in the enclosed train. You can't go anywhere. The fucking thing is moving. So when the craziness starts to happen, how far can you run? And I was like, dude, these guys must have gotten the thought of the train and somebody infected from this movie, because now that I think about it, so this would, as far as I know now, 1977. So the first one showing zombies or infected attacking people on a train. So these other two, obviously Train to Busan is one of the better ones, but these other two could have gotten inspiration from that. So I did love seeing that in the old school way, remembering taking the train back in the 70s and like the 80s, how it felt seeing the people that it took you back. It was like a time capsule being in that situation. But I did like the train scene of this movie. It was probably one of the more intense ones.
I'm not gonna lie, as morbid as it is to laugh at, I laughed my ass off during the mall scene when that one dude got up, asked the dude for a light, and the guy jumped. I started biting him. Then he runs off.
Did you like his boots?
Oh, what the fuck was he wearing, bro?
You want a pair of those boots? I got you a pair of those boots.
Nah, chill. Anyway, so he gets up and he starts running, and then the cop's like, "Stop! starts shooting the guy, blows up, shoots him down. This
And who she-
motherfucker, he shot Santa
Santa
Claus.
Claus.
My man was in the background with the kids in the lab. The kid runs off and is Santa caught the strays. Yeah, that's fucked up. That shit was fucked up. And the cop stops. The cop was like,
Oh no.
"Oh."
Well, you know what I thought about when I saw that scene? Terrifier.
yeah.
I thought about Terrifier because like it's great
because
you
there
know,
was a vicious a lot of murder at during Christmas during the festivities with
but I had
Santa.
thought about that, and I actually, but what I'd like though is how it was handled, because no one knew that what was at first going on. They're all trying to figure it out. Murray and Hart. I'm sorry, did Hart not in sometimes remind you of a young
Christopher Walken. Jesus Christ.
Dude, and I sat because while they're watching it, I'm waiting, and even Nicole's like, he reminds me of something. I'm like, Christopher Walken. She goes,
Yes.
that's it. And
Yep.
Joe Silver, Rodney Dangerfield,
Joe Silver's Murray, right?
Murray. He reminded me of Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, he did. Oh, his voice. Oh, he
His
was one of my
voice.
favorite characters in this one.
His
Do
voice. You know who he played, right?
Creep?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. In Creepshow 2. In Creepshow 2. He
In
was the
Creepshow 2.
creep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found that fascinating. Now on the topic of Murray, real quick before we move on. Now we know he lost his wife and kid. Did they show the kid dead in this? 'Cause we saw the water.
It's funny
and
that you
blood.
said that because
Elaborate.
when I first saw it, I saw it last night, and actually, only because it happened to you, I'll bring it up now. And mind you, I dozed off. I what part did you doze off on? I'm just curious because I know you had said you dozed off.
Yeah. I fell asleep. It was right. Okay, I'll tell you right now. It was right before she went into the jacuzzi and killed the lady
Around there.
that-
Yeah,
right there,
yeah. Because when I woke up, you had So, but it's weird because
I didn't fall asleep because I was bored though. It was
no,
really late.
it was
and-
weird. Same
Yeah.
thing. It was like,
It's
and shit. There was a question. I got sidetracked.
I'm
when I asked
sorry,
you
yeah,
that
that's my
question.
fault.
No, I sidetracked my own self. I asked you, that's the
we
worst
saw
part.
Murray and the kid.
Oh, okay. So when I watched it last night, and I was like, oh my god, like they're gonna show a dead baby. Like this is gonna be like too much.
I was waiting for that.
So, however, I think that the mom did kill the baby. I think
yeah.
the baby is dead. They just didn't show it to you.
They didn't show it.
So I think that it's what it looked like was the baby bath.
So they drowned the kid.
So she must have drowned the
But
kid.
they didn't
or
show the body though. Right?
they didn't show the body. They were only showing because they had the little drip line to be able to
Mhm.
drain it, which is a very small little drip, just that tip it,
Mhm.
that bitch over. But when I rewatched it again today, because I saw that last night, and neither time that I watched it, I was drinking. I smoked, but I wasn't drinking. But today I stopped to focus on the scene, and no, all they did was, he touched, then he felt the blood, and then when he lifted up the top, he saw that it was empty. However, he saw that it was full of blood. So he assumed you could see it was blood and water. So he figured out that his baby was dead. And obviously the mom must have been turned, killed the baby, and
I'm
was
not
now
gonna
hiding
lie,
in the
bro.
fucking closet.
When they first showed him with the kid, I thought that was his grandkid. I'm like, how this old motherfucker got a baby? What the? That
Dude,
guy
but-
must have some super sperm, bro. Jesus
Murray was
Christ.
probably, honestly, himself at that point was probably in his 30s or 40s. Just you got to remember that the
You're
people in the
right.
70s,
You're right. They look old. And
they
were
did
like-
look older.
Yeah.
I mean,
We look good, old man. We're probably like fucking 15, 20 years older than Murray was in that movie.
Well, if you never saw the show Taxi, you've heard of Taxi, right?
Of course, with Christopher Lloyd. Yeah. of
And
course.
okay, so
Great show, man.
Danny DeVito was 30 years old. This is why I want you to get
Yeah, I
the
know,
mental
I
image of
know.
what people look
I
like.
know,
So
yeah.
yeah, no, I thought too at first he was like, oh, he's holding his grandchild, and then I realized no, that's actually
That's
his
son.
child.
That's crazy. But Murray was
What-
the man. He was a man. I like
Here's
Murray.
what did Murray do? Because I know, because when you're getting in the beginning of the movie, you got the juxtaposition of Hart and Rose on getting ready to go to the ride, and then Dr. Colloid, I'm assuming the nurse,
That was
and
his wife.
Murray.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dr. Colloid's wife.
Yeah, that was him.
All right, and then Murray was there. So like,
Murray was his business partner. I'm assuming he was one of them. He put up probably most of the money.
he was an investor.
For that, yeah, because remember they owned it, that whole clinic or
right.
resort. That's I guess what they were trying to do. They were trying to expand, and they were meeting with all these banks to get funding. And now Lloyd didn't want to do that because what happens is once they fuck up once, the banks are gonna pull that grant or that note, like he said, and so. That's why that was his business partner. That was his role in the film.
Because even when I rewatched it the second time, it took me a minute to try to figure out, well, where's Murray tie into this? Because obviously, and of course, it lucked out that it's a hospital that
and it was always chilling with Hart. He'd give him right back to fucking.
Oh my god. Okay. the scene when they're in the car. I mean, that was typical classic 70s shot. Like, when they're sitting there.
The camera's in the back seat and you see them.
But the whole time, Hart's like this.
Yeah, looking at he's staring at him, yeah.
I'd be like, bro, stop staring at me.
I hate when people stare at me.
Fucking look straight ahead. There's road. Why are you looking at me? And then when Murray had put the cup up top, Adam had called it out. He's like, the balancing of the cup on the dashboard. Yeah. I'd never seen that. Also, he goes, yeah, my dad, rest in peace, Skip. My dad used to do that. Like, but that's so 70s. That's like
talk about 70s. When Lloyd, he's discharging himself and he's got his patient roommate next to him, fucking lights up a fucking stove in the fucking hospital room. Like, I'm telling you, it was a different world back then, bro. If the younger generation now, they would lose their fucking minds to really just go walk into a club or a mall or a bar or anywhere and just have people smoking and like nothing. It's insane. It's in a hospital, bro. In a fucking hospital,
bro. Remember back in the days, they used to hand out cigars in the hospitals. And even though you see me hitting this, when I used to smoke cigarettes, I had gone to Puerto Rico, and you flew on the plane.
There you go. That was my next point. Good.
In the week. Literally, in the week that we were there, we were on vacation. I was 16 years old. I don't listen or read the news. They passed no more smoking in planes. So when we were heading back to New York, and they're like, you went to go, they're like, no, sorry, there's no more smoking in planes.
Yeah, think about
that. You have never seen so many stressed out people.
You were able to smoke on a plane.
On a plane.
Insane.
There was no smoking section. You could have been stuck as a non-smoker. But on a plane.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Oh yeah, in the smoking section, in the restaurants, in the bars, not bars, but at least restaurants.
That shit still travels though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, no, you'd still walk out with the smell. But yeah,
you would go places and leave you would come home smelling your clothes and your hair would smell like cigarettes. It was the worst, man. I'm glad. I'm glad they axed.
That's why I said that this movie smells like beer and cigarettes.
What you said, Marlboro and what beer?
Marlboro and beers.
What kind of beer though? Budweiser.
Budweiser. Yeah. Marlboro and Bud. They're definitely for sure.
Fucking. What's the other beer? Not Häagen-Dazs. Jesus Christ. What's the beer that sounds like Häagen-Dazs? Schaefer's. Not Schaefer's. It was like some German beer.
No, I thought it was Schaefer.
It was like with an H. It was with I don't know, whatever. But
there's Heineken.
No, not Heineken. No, it was from the 70s and 80s, bro. You don't see it around no more, bro. Back then, people drink beer hot and warm, bro, like piss.
Before let's kind of wrap up the movie and then we'll hit our beer because a little thunder there. Shit, Adam, if you're watching, you got to get the TV in from outside because I'm live right now. Adam, go get the TV. Bring everything inside, please. Because after we rate our beer, we're gonna do something we normally don't do, and we're gonna watch the teaser trailer for Clayface.
Do you have it queued up?
I'll look it up. I'll say my part, and then.
You're talking. I'll grab it right now.
No. Well, okay, whatever. What I did like on this though was when Rose didn't believe that she was the infected person, the one that was spreading it around, and she herself decided to test Hart's theory and infect someone to sit there and see if it's true. And then to turn out that it was true, and her reaction, I actually thought that we didn't have to see what happened on screen
Yeah.
You know, because I'll go back to you. You can say a couple things on it, but
Mhm.
because then off screen, a fucking Doberman pincher. As I'm like, if this movie couldn't fucking like,
Oh yeah,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
the
What is
dog of my
Doberman?
nightmares.
And those
Hello.
motherfuckers popped a shot at him. Like, oh, don't kill the dog. Don't kill
No,
the
well, but I'm saying,
dog.
hello. That's the dog that attacked me.
If hey, listen, go to our. If you're watching this now, go to our movies that fucked me up playlist. Pull up the Tenebrae movies that fucked me up. Pull up movies that fucked me up. Go to the playlist. Look for Tenebrae if you want to hear more of why Joe is afraid of Doberman pinchers.
Oh yeah, definitely check that out. But like, what did you think of Rose's decision?
I thought it was idiotic, man. Like, this is the only thing that killed me in this movie. Like, the ending, I was like, really? This is how you decided to end this? Like, it was sad seeing her getting tossed out like garbage. But then, like, all right, she infects this guy. She's waiting, and the guy gets up, looks over. "Oh." You don't see what he does to her. Then when they find her body at the end, she has no bite marks, no lacerations, no damage. She looks dead. Like, wait, how did she die? She has no wounds or anything. Did you see
Oh,
any
you're kind of
nothing?
Oh,
She
dude,
died
I didn't
because
even
the
think
guy
about that.
attacked her, right? But she can't get infected, right? Because she's the carrier. So she must have died from blood loss. But they don't show no wounds. I didn't see any. I could be wrong, but I was looking. I didn't see anything, any damage. So, but this movie. I'll be honest, it's not my favorite. I thought I would like it more, but it's just too much. You could tell it's an early Cronenberg film, and it's fine. I like that because it shows growth at him. And I've never seen Shivers. Apparently, that's before this. You seen that Shivers?
No.
That's his
I
earlier
gotta do that
film.
one.
It's a film. Murray's in that film. Yeah, the actor. So this one here, it reminded me of George Romero's The Crazies, the same way. Even though this was,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
it's
I
a better
guess-
film. It's just a better film, probably like better made, because The Crazies is really like that's amateur guerrilla filmmaking at its best right there. But not always for the better. That would come later with Dawn of the Dead, as far as Romero. But this one here, I don't know. I think it's not a movie I could always go about. Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites. But what is there, I like. Right. The reason why I say this too, the armpit apparatus or whatever you want, the orifice. The problem with having that is when she would grab you and just. They won't show anything. It's like, unless she's bear hugging people to death. Like she's, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, but
So
this
there's
is
no gore or no. It's a David Cronenberg.
there
and
isn't
They
there
call
isn't.
it body horror, but I don't see no body horror in this movie.
Well, the body horror is what happened to her body.
I
as
get
far
that,
as
but
created.
they don't go all the
But
way with it.
just to
That's my point.
counter what you're saying though,
Yes, go ahead.
because you watch. Did you watch it by yourself or did you watch it with Sophie?
No, by myself.
If you had watched it with somebody else, because obviously, but when you watch it with other people, especially with people who are, they like, like Adam is a horror because I forced him into this. I'll be honest with you. Nicole, she's a horror fan but she's a horror fan herself, but when watching it with people who are trying to figure out how they're doing it. Sorry, I thought I heard my door open. Trying to figure out how they're doing it, how she's doing it.
Adam.
It's
What up,
entertaining.
son?
No, don't
Look,
do that.
He's
Oh,
crawling. He's behind you. Look. What
No,
up?
he's not. Don't do that to me, because he scared me the last time he did that.
That's why I
But-
said when he crawled.
But no, it was entertaining, as well as like fun to watch. Two people trying to figure, because they're like, but wait, so how she, and then I'd listen to the call. It's like, no, she's not biting. All right, so wait, how's she? And because we knew
I
we
understand,
knew,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? We knew about the armpit thing. If we had not known about the armpit thing, we would have gone in a little bit different on the movie, like they were when they're trying to figure it out. So that way, when they shows it, they're like, what the fuck? Granted, we also would have been like, what the fuck? However, we kind of knew about that.
Mhm.
You figured it out once they showed it. After the conversation we had,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying, like, as far for the first time viewer, them trying to figure out how is she biting the person, and then you're not seeing, that's where it adds the mystery and allure.
I like that.
to
I
how
guess, you know what it was? I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I guess I worded it wrong. I don't mind the mystery, but even when it was revealed, there was never a shot of the whatever that thing that protrudes out of her, and you never really saw it in action. They showed it
And
up close, so you could tell
yeah.
it up close, and
I
it's
hear-
a budget thing. It's a budget thing.
Yeah,
so I'm not
I mean,
gonna, I'm
it's
not gonna
also
harp on that.
1977.
Yeah, I get that, but
I
I just
know
we've
there
seen
is-
stuff from earlier films, even if it
I
was like
know.
stop motion. You know what I mean? Like, give
I
it-
hear
you
what
know,
you're saying.
But again, that's more of a pet peeve. I do like the movie because it harkens back into today's time where we went through COVID, especially with the vaccination cards. You had to go everywhere you went. You had to carry the card with you, and I like the political aspect of it, where it shows how society crumbles and how the police, when martial law comes into effect, and that's even a worse epidemic. It can lead to a worse epidemic compared to what the fuck was really going on. You know what I'm saying? So
with what you're saying there,
there was layers. There was layers.
Cronenberg purposely put that in there
No doubt.
because there was I think it was the crisis of 1970.
Oh,
So in Canada itself,
What was it?
two politicians had been kidnapped basically, and the person who was in charge instilled martial law because of this. One of those politicians had
Oh,
been
so
murdered. So it was, and this is the thing
He
though,
was inspired
70s
from that.
horrors. We
Interesting.
George Romero does this. Like the
Political
70s
commentary.
people have these little commentaries, and it's
Yeah.
a discussion based on something they experienced. So that means that Cronenberg must have lived in Canada when this martial law was instituted back in 1970.
I
It-
never
and
looked
it-
that up. That's fascinating. Yeah.
yeah, there was I actually
I
had it up
remember that. No,
because
no, I heard of that, but now that you put two and two together,
yeah, that's what it was.
the
And it was,
timeline it fits. So
But-
maybe yeah.
but
you're right.
you took, so he put this in for what was going on in the 70s, and then you were able to take a movie that was released in the 70s and put it to how you relate to it now with what we went through, COVID, and people carried their COVID cards, to show that you had your shots. Like, it was very relatable even now. And I honestly, when I first, even though I did fall asleep, and mine was a little bit of the tired, I had messaged you that I went to a friend's pool party, literally did the just get up, throw clothes out, and run. So when I finally sat down to watch the movie, I had taken this I smoked, and I took the longest hot shower ever.
I thought
like-
you were gonna say I took the longest, biggest dump.
No, not that. Longest hot shower. Like, since we have little.
dookie.
No, not that. No. But like, I took a relaxing hot shower, and then I sat down. I smoked, took a shower,
Yeah.
smoked again, sat down for the movie, and nodded off for a bit. But I was just more mad tired. But
Yeah.
I actually found the movie to. We'll get with you on that.
This is we'll get back to you.
We'll get back on you.
Stay here. Go ahead.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Coming up. But I actually on this part, I actually really enjoyed the movie.
So you liked it more than I did. That's cool.
This was
yeah, yeah.
it was very 70s. It was very.
But you know what bothered me the most before? I'm not gonna say no more. But the reason why I found it repetitive, where you kept having Rose's character escape from wherever she was at, find some schmuck, seduce him, and sometimes
She wasn't
kills him.
escaping. She was
or-
just moving on.
Yeah, he always showed her like looking through her closet. What am I gonna wear today when I go and find me a John and kill? I don't know. I just felt like we saw her kill so many people. Like, all right, we know what's gonna happen. Do we need to see her do this?
But the thing is, you're looking at it that she was killing. She was just feeding.
No, I know. Yeah.
She wasn't killing them.
I just wanted more
And she-
variety on like.
No, I know,
her
but-
doing it.
but-
It felt
but-
mundane. Like
I know, but in order for the epidemic to spread,
I understand.
she needed to infect some people.
Yeah.
So that's where you have to have the
I did like when
repetitiveness of the fact that she had to infect her, because now the virus is spreading
Yeah.
because of these one single people that she, because Colloid bit the policeman.
Yes. By
The
the way-
policeman.
Well, Kaloi, when he used the scissors and cut the tips of the nurse's fingers, and he started biting them. I was like, I
Suck it
wanted
out of
more of that, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but it was early on, and actually,
I
a
know,
lot
it's
of
fine, it's
people were not thrilled with the movie itself. They felt that a lot of
On
for
the
them
initial
at
release?
that time, initially it was too gory. It was flashy. It was all this, and for a long time, this was Canada's most damn it, I fucking had
Highest
it on here. Highest grossing film of all time. Like, you know, and like I said, I was like,
Canada,
when I read
For a horror
Canada,
film.
I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like, we're doing a Canadian film, because you know my love for the Canadian films. But yeah, no, like I said, even on the second watch, because I wanted, you know, the first watch, I wanted to sit there and not have somebody around me. I didn't want to have the task of every time I thought of something good happening, getting up. And mind you, I had it on the TV in here. I had it on the TV in the living room, and I also had on my TV in the tablet so I can have my earpiece on. I could have came in here to do notes. I just wanted to watch it. And
Bro.
so today I put it on so I could. Now, when I was done, I was like, notes really quick. And then so when I watched it again today, I can put all these notes together because I actually really appreciated it. And I saw
I'm glad you
where,
did.
like I said, Train to Busan, the sadness. I mean, it's
definitely
it's
inspired. Yeah.
one of, you know, even 28 days later, this is one of the first Rage, because it was rabies.
It was Rage. Yeah, absolutely.
It was
They
Rage.
were-
It's one of the
yeah.
first Rage ones. This is the
Mhm.
Rage. So this is where I like. This is why
I'm
I
surprised
love.
this is your first watch, bro. I'm so surprised.
And it's your first watch. I know,
Yeah, I
but
know
listen,
that. Yo, you're
listen.
right.
I'm a
70s films
Cronenberg
I'm all
because
about, but for some reason this one flew under the radar for me.
Me
But
too.
Cronenberg, you're the. That's like me
I
not
am
watching
I
a
know.
George Romero film. You know.
There are still some Cronenberg films. I just love the
No, I
ones that I have
understand.
seen.
It
I
happens.
love and rewatch again because I appreciate them. And again, you know, he's a pretty good actor, scary as well. But you know,
That's right. We saw him in Ready or Not too, right? He was
and the Nightbreed.
Nightbreed, and he was also in one of the the slasher, the series slasher. He was
Yeah. Oh, what- damn it,
Ripper,
what's
not
it called?
Ripper, the one with the family. I forgot what the one that was called, but the family, and they had to kill each other for his fortune. He died. He had the same character he had in Ready or Not too. He was the patriarch of the family. He dies, and everyone's going for his shit. He's great. I love Cronenberg, man. I love Cronenberg.
Well, let's rate your beer, and I'm gonna get everything ready for this
Get
teaser
it,
trailer
get
for
it
us.
going. Yep. Right here, man. So this is a basic beer. I'm not like overly over the moon with it. It's not bad, but it just tastes like a lot of stuff I had prior to this. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 6. Now 3 out of 6 because it's a 6-pack. We do 1 through 6. One
Yes.
beer out of a 6-pack or a full 6-pack. This is average. So I'm gonna do 3 out of 6 right here.
3 out of 6?
3 out of 6. Yeah. Now
Well-
so but anyway, I'll let you cue it up, and I would finish.
Well, I know I gotta rate.
I'll
mine.
finish my thought while you do that. 'Cause I wanted to mention Marilyn Chambers really quickly.
Oh, go ahead,
you
do
know?
that.
Did you know she's from Rhode Island, but she was raised in Westport, Connecticut? Did you know that, Joe? She's a native. She's one of us.
Connecticut.
She's one of us, bro. She died young, unfortunately. But yeah, man. When I saw this and I didn't know she was in it. Never knew this. And I saw she was in it. I'm like, holy shit! I'm in for a treat now. So yeah, I think the acting was for back then. There's a line. It could be really cheesy. It could be over the top. It was good. When I watch a movie for this or horror Italiano or any movie in general, I watch it without subtitles to begin with. When I do my rewatch to really get into the weeds of things, I put the subtitles on. And on Amazon Prime, where I watched this, the subtitles kept lagging. And I hate it. So
no.
they'll talk and there's no subtitles until like seconds later. So as the movie progresses, it takes longer and longer. So you're waiting. I had to turn them off. I hate that. And
Listen,
movies like this that are older, the audio quality isn't as good. So it's kind of hard to understand shit that people be saying sometimes. That's why I turn them on. And I was so mad about that. But
You should have watched it at AMC. So
I did
yes,
watch it at AMC.
It is.
Amazon.
It is.
Oh, you watched it at AMC Plus?
Yeah.
But it's Amazon.
It's available. No, it's available. I see. I didn't
No,
watch
but
it on
alright, when I go to
Prime.
Amazon Prime though, when I search, it searches Shutter, Screenbox, everything, as long
And
as it's
if
connected.
if you search, it's going to give you Prime first.
oh,
It is
so,
available on Prime.
so you
It
watch
is
it with.
Also
On AMC
available
Plus?
on AMC Plus.
Let me ask you. So
With
did they have?
Prime, if you don't have, now you told me that you lucky bastard that you don't get commercials. So with
Mm-hmm.
Amazon Prime, you get commercials even with movies, unless you pay the extra $2.99 a month for no commercials. I went with the AMC Plus. Plus, here's the other part.
Did they do the commercial break thing where it goes black every so often and it comes back?
Yeah.
Because AMC Plus, because those are for it's for
Oh
TV.
yeah, no,
those
AMC, no, AMC,
Plus
no,
ones.
AMC did not do that.
Well,
But
what
as
I'm
I
saying
said,
is no commercials, but it ever dipped to black and came back?
no, straight through.
Because
it was-
normally,
it-
when I go to AMC Plus and I
oh
watch
yes,
movies there,
no, but I think yes, I
it'll
know what
take
you're
the
saying because
commercials
we
out,
talked
but
about
you
those.
see the commercial breaks where they're supposed to be.
It fades to black, and then like it does a fade in and out. But so
Alright.
if you don't have Prime, the movie is available also on. I think Shudder's not even around anymore. Shudder produces them,
They
but they're
migrated
on
to
AMC
Yeah,
Plus.
they're on there.
So it is available on AMC Plus if you want to check it out. I enjoy AMC because AMC Plus, I can put that shit on 4 TVs. And I told you my craziness of syncing all TVs so there's no echo. So I have it every room I want to fucking go. And that's why I enjoy AMC Plus. Plus they have some great fucking content. And I mean, I'll bring it up. So that way, actually, I'll see if you have the time. You should check out Dolly. I told you
I'm
I
gonna
watched
watch
it
it.
last
No,
night.
no, no,
So
no,
that way, when
that's
we do
it's a must
Three
watch.
Corners on Thursday, so JR,
I'll see it
if you
before
happen
that.
to,
I'll
if
watch
you
it
happen to,
before that.
you know, if you're on or you happen to check the episode out, check out Dolly. So that way we can. I know that you have it on your list, but we should give a little reaction to that one before we do our 70s
Cool.
horror.
All right.
All right. So as far as my beer, even though you did see me have my little shot thing, I'm gonna say this beer is damn good. And it's yes, it is Orlando, but I've got
Orlando, Florida.
Florida.
Sorry,
It's a Florida beer. But no,
Creep show reference.
but yeah, no, the City Beautiful IPA.
Nice.
I've got what I would say is a pleasant buzz, like I'm happy and jubilant.
My man said jubilant.
I am like I have a. It's a nice,
Let's
you
do
know.
a shot to that. Let's do a shot to.
Well, I don't have
jubilant.
another shot.
What do you mean? How do you, yo, my man got?
You have to wait.
Keep,
Well,
no,
yeah, no, we'll do one after, bro.
I'll do this one now. I'll do another one.
Do
after.
yours. Well, remember, I was sipping on mine, but salute to that. So as far as what I would rate it, actually, you know what?
Are you going a full 6-pack?
I'm going to 6-pack on this one.
You use the word jubilant. If that doesn't warrant a 6-pack,
I'm going to 6-pack. It's a no,
Yeah.
because honestly, it's a, you know, you've seen me enough on when we do these. Like I feel nice. I'm that good buzz, like that when you want to put some music on and do some. All right, so you know, now that I'm in my later age, some cleaning and some stuff outside. But yeah, no, it's a like honestly, I would recommend this beer. Total Wine is where I picked this one up.
What's the name
but
again of the beer? Shout it out.
It is called City Beautiful IPA, Orlando, Florida.
Look at the colors on that
is
can.
our
That
name.
shit pops. So
That
yeah,
we
nice.
are
So
the
let's-
City Beautiful.
There you go, City Beautiful IPA. If you are a beer consumer and you enjoy your brew like me and Joe do, definitely check it out. I want to check it out. Send me a can. So, not a can, but no, I mean to drink. Like,
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So let's cut off.
Wait, can I
our
find that here,
background
though?
music? Yeah. Well, actually, check Total Wine. Like I
okay,
said,
that- okay. I thought it was local just to wherever you got.
Mm.
You got from Total Wine. That makes sense.
I got it from
Alright.
Total Wine. They might. If not, dude, I'll send you some. All right. So let's check out this.
All right, cue it up. We are going to do. We haven't watched this yet because I don't watch trailers, but it's a teaser.
It is.
It's
a teaser. It's a teaser.
I want to get a feel for it, and I don't mind. It's okay. So we're gonna check this out. There you go.
All right. You
Don't play
ready?
it just yet. No, not yet. Make sure you
I was
get
gonna
the 1080p. Come on, man.
No,
That's
wait.
how you know how I roll. I don't do this fucking rant. Gotta be highest quality.
Yeah, we're at
possible.
1080. We're at
All right,
1080.
cool.
Ready?
So before you do it, give context quick. What we're watching.
All right. So Mike Flanagan, once James Gunn took helm of now doing the DC universe, and I don't even want to call it the DC universe. We don't know what the name is yet, but the new cinematic universe. Flanagan said, "Hey, I've got this script for you. I got this story," and he chose Clayface. Which people are calling a random Batman villain. He's
They
not
don't know.
random, man.
They don't know. They don't know.
There's been
Now-
many iterations of Clayface.
Thank you
in
for
the
saying
comics.
that. So this is not
Whether-
the Creature
whether-
Commandos Clay.
No, it's not.
It's not Basil
There have
Karlo,
been
like-
many whether they had
Karlo,
the ability
not
to
Karlo.
change their looks or use things to be able to change their looks. there have been many iterations of the Clayface character. And Clayface is basically, the thing is, this is where horror sometimes ties into comic books. Depending on what route they went on the origin, it's
Mhm.
still somebody who has body disfigurement, body dysmorphia, body
Mm.
everything. Okay. So he went with a character who I know that we do Creature Commandos, and we covered it on the comic book horror show.
Yeah, Creature Commandos was Carlo Basso. Yeah,
Color back.
that's the original,
So
right, Joe? You would know. That's
yes.
yeah. Cool.
So now we have another one. If it's gonna tie into the universe, great. If it's gonna be solo, that's fine.
Well, they
People,
say it is
not
tied, but
everything
I'm
has to, I know, but I'm
confused,
just trying to say
man.
is that everybody, not everything has to be tied. Stop trying to always make every puzzle piece fit.
But can I say
Everything,
something? James Gunn he's muddying the waters because he says and everything. For example, Suicide Squad,
will be all
second
tied.
movie, it's all canon. Wait, no, it's not. If it was reference to Creature Commandos, it's canon.
No.
If it's not, it's not. But now they introduce they had Carlo in that movie and that show. That's Clayface. But now this is who is this? And Hagen, right?
Yeah.
Who
You had
is-
doesn't you had well no actually on this one I
Matt
don't know
Hagen, right?
I don't know much about it because I want to go into so fresh
Oh.
that I don't.
But that's
so
I thought, yeah. Okay.
is that who he is?
Yeah, because there's multiple versions, like you said. So in the comics, the first
right.
one was Basil Carlo. Now this is
All right.
Matt Hagen.
All
But-
right, so
now
it's
the
another
DC,
one.
now that James Gunn,
But that's fine.
two
But that's fine.
Clayfaces,
But there's
though.
more than one clay. But I know. But
No,
there
I
is.
know, but you got to establish one first, and then you get into, you know what I'm saying?
I get that. But
It just,
you.
I don't
yes,
mind, but it
there's-
confuses
there's-
people. Is what I'm saying. That's all.
The clay faces. So sometimes for villains, don't forget it's a moniker that the public gives them,
Right.
and then they adopt for themselves.
Got you.
All
You
right.
would know
Always
more than
remember
me.
that.
Yeah,
Always
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that when it comes,
to it, yeah.
especially to not just that, even when we've seen our superhero stuff, it's what the public calls them. Then that becomes their monikers.
Mhm.
So, but with that, I mean, like I said, it's introducing horror, and the fact that James Gunn said yes for this, and we're getting something different. Not every movie has to be a Marvel superhero movie, honestly. Stop thinking that it should be that way. Everything should always be different. Why do you want the same fucking shit? That's all I got to say. So if you get a superhero movie, or at this point, it's a villain origin, it doesn't have to be Marvel. Just appreciate what somebody's going to fucking do, okay? And Clayface, the not Kane Marco, damn it. I'm a little buzzed from the ear. But the Marco one, that one is a great version. But
Carlo Basso. That's
we're
it.
getting a new one. So let's check it out. Ready?
Remember, before you do that, keep in mind, because you said the magic word. This is not a superhero movie.
No.
James Gunn said it. It's a straight up horror film. So let's see if he's right. Let's do it.
Well, it's I look at it as in a horror origin to a Batman.
I hope the sound plays here, because a lot of times the sound will play for us, but not on stream. So let's see.
Oh God, I hope so too.
Yeah.
Can you hear it?
I can hear you. Ready? Oh. My cousin's birthday. So
you peep Gotham City already,
Gotham
right?
City. So we
Gotham
know
City.
it's in Gotham City, 1000%. We know it's in
It's
Gotham.
Gotham. Dude, that looks fucking good.
Hold on. So we're going real quick. Y'all better not do a Clayface review without me. We got
We'll
you,
talk-
P
we'll-
Rock.
we'll talk
Yeah,
about
we
that.
got you. We'll connect with you. This is more based on the Batman animated series story. It's been so long since I've seen that. Now this one here, I'm curious if he's gonna just be a guy where he could just like change forms, because you don't really see a lot of like the big bulky clay monster.
No,
You
that's
see
a,
more
that,
of
that
the human
yes,
tragedy
yes,
behind it in this
yes.
one.
It wasn't like
Um,
not all clay faces were
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
big bulking like
Okay,
yes.
I'm glad P Rock said this. It's supposed to tie to James Gunn DCU. This
Yeah.
is what I'm saying, because James Gunn already said the Clayface that was in Creature Commandos, that's canon. But now that's a Basil. This is Matt Hagen. So it's already all right. Wait a minute. So you're introducing
You have
two
more than
different
one.
Clayfaces at the same.
Okay.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I get that. But
You have two
his
Captain Americas.
yeah, no. But how long did they wait until they introduced the second one though?
I mean,
And
listen.
everyone knows Captain
Okay,
America.
I know.
Though. No one knows Clayface.
It's fine.
But
you're
you
just gonna
understand
follow.
what I'm saying is, if you, it's already causing a lot of confusion online. That's my point. Anyway,
I get that.
I
but-
get it.
but
I'm
the-
more
but
worried
the
about.
the confusion comes from when you're thinking one character, whereas it's multiple characters. Multiple people have had different monikers in comics, especially when it
Mhm.
comes to DC.
No, I get that, but normally you would introduce one for a few years, then introduce one. These guys are coming in relatively at the same time. That's all.
Alright,
That's my
yeah.
point. That's all my point. They are considering it. Yeah, it's a body horror. Absolutely, man. All right. Let me just.
Oh,
head this up.
wait. Oh, he's saying so it's the same one. P
What?
Rock, it's the same one.
The first one. No, all right. This one's Hagen.
Oh.
Creature Commandos that's Basil Carlo. It's
Okay,
different.
all right.
different
I
character.
got confused. I'm like, yeah,
No, because if you look
this
at Creature Commandos, that looks more like the traditional Clayface. This guy does not. This guy looks
No.
They're going a different route with this one. I could be wrong, but go double. Got it, Joe. I'll let Joe double take it. Joe's on it. But yeah. So from what I gather, they're going more the tragic route with this character. Now
how
I
the
don't
character,
know.
which is
I'll be
how,
honest,
which is
I'm
how
more
the character came from.
I'll be honest. I'm more familiar with the original Clayface Basil. Matt Hagen. I'm not familiar with him at all. So I'm gonna be curious what they do. I don't want to read into it either. I'd rather watch the movie, then I'll go do some research as far as who this character is and what he is all about. But I do like the fact that they're going a different route with this. They're gonna make it straight up hard. I just wish they're more. They can't. I wish they could make up their minds, because it feels like they're constantly changing shit around, like what's canon and what's not, and that's getting a little irritating
this
to try and keep up with.
also sometimes falls into the multiverse, which has always been a problem with people. Is the fact that I will still say that multiverse originated with DC before.
Yeah, but
Marvel
we don't
did.
want to do a multiverse with
I know,
Marvel.
but I know we talked about this because I still like the thing is we will talk about this another time, but I do still feel that in Snyder's universe, that was a different characters that they used, like the Lex Luthor that
But the Clayface was
Jesse
never in
Eisenberg
Snyder's.
played. I know, but I'm trying to say the Lex Luthor that Jesse Eisenberg
No,
played
yeah.
isn't the Lex Luthor you knew.
Thank
The Lex
God.
Luthor that he played is the Alexander Luthor who ties into Crisis on Infinite Earths and also Infinite Crisis. But the thing is, you have to know that shit if you're a comic book reader or you collected them or know the stuff, you know these things. But for the avid comic book person watching the movies, I can see where the confusion can come from, because if you don't understand comics and that some characters have the same names, and it could get confusing. I agree
Yeah.
with you on that. I'm gonna go with on. I was trying to find the episode where the
I'll
Clayface-
reserve judgment until I see it. I just don't want them to muddy the waters. I'm really rooting for this new DCU, man. And so far, it's just like, to me, I keep hearing a lot of contradicting remarks from Gunn and everyone else, and it's like I don't think they even know what they're doing as far as why.
I
They
think
they don't
Gunn-
know what's
I-
canon and what isn't. Because first of all, he keeps saying, "All right, I don't want to use Pattinson's Batman. Let's just wait until that's done." Wait,
But
so
that
they said
is a
at
different-
first they
no,
said, "All right,
that
he's gonna
is-
be
that
canon."
is-
Now he's not. Now
No, he's not. I've already
It's-
had read
it's
that.
getting
That's a different.
confusing.
That's a different Batman from
So
a
he's
different.
waiting for that whole franchise to be done with, to introduce Gunn's version of Batman. Like, God, we gotta wait that long now?
Actually, and the guy who they started naming him, because we talked about this when we were talking about the X-Men. I don't know if it was while we were live or after we were done with me, you, and JR, where me and you are on more of the line of when you're going to pick these people who are going to play them, don't go with major stars, go with kind of unknowns.
Unknowns. Yep.
So the one name that has been, have you seen yet? Drop?
No.
You didn't see Drop yet?
No, I haven't seen it. No.
All right. So the guy that the in Drop, she goes on a date, and then during this date, she gets a drop message, and the person that she's on the date with, she's instructed to do something. The guy that she's instructed, he's also in The Housemaid, is rumored to be the next Batman.
Okay.
And I'm kind of almost like, I would rather, people hated Ben Affleck as Batman. And the only reason I had actually liked Ben Affleck's Batman, well, here's why. Because Ben Affleck's Batman played Batman at the age.
He played Frank Miller's Batman, essentially.
Yes.
Right?
You know, I still, like, for me, one of the best parts of Ben Affleck's Batman is that when he took a hard hit, he would be like, oh, that broke some bows. That was like,
that was cool. Yeah,
that was the most actual, like it was superhero, especially superheroes who don't have.
And his costume was really good, I think.
It was.
Batman costume was awesome.
But I mean, with superheroes who don't have superpowers.
Yeah.
Who don't.
Yes,
who
good point. Good
who
point.
don't
They don't really show that. Yeah.
They don't. And every time Ben Affleck's Batman took a hard hit,
he felt it.
Especially there was one, he's like, oh yeah, I'm bleeding on the inside. Like,
yeah.
That's what I appreciated, and that was what
you must have loved the Snyder Cut for Justice League, because I really all 4 hours of it. I really enjoyed that movie.
Unfortunately, you didn't get that cut of the personal crisis that Zack Snyder went through in his life during the Justice League shoots. And so Joss Whedon was brought in.
Fucked it up.
Well, Joss Whedon came in with the Avengers feel.
Yeah.
And then that's why you got then all of a sudden the people complaining how it's the same. You know, I get what they're saying. But let's go ahead and wrap the episode up.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Listen,
we're
gonna get it. We're gonna go further into these topics at another time. So,
but so
take us
on Thursday, we are going to, again, on Three Corners of Horror. Please join us. It's another Decades of Horror where we're going to be discussing the 70s.
Oh yeah, the 70s. Three Corners of Horror live this Thursday. Can't wait for that.
And actually, I meant to pull it up. You can talk a little more. I forgot.
Now, we're gonna do 70s films, but we're gonna. Me on a personal level, I'm not gonna go in there and be like Jaws, because everyone knows I fucking adore Jaws, and everyone knows my favorite movie of all time is Dawn of the Dead, which was 78, and Jaws is number 2, which was in the 70s. What, 74,
actually,
75?
That's a good point.
What was it?
Don't, if you watch the episode, we're not going in.
Yeah.
Actually,
everyone talks about those films all the time. I talk about those films.
We're gonna introduce you new shit you should be checking out.
Movies that maybe you've never heard of that, man, I've never heard. Because not too long ago, I just saw The Changeling. That's 1980, I think. But I saw that for the first time. George C. Scott was amazing. Amazing. One of the best haunted house movies ever.
Yes.
And I'm like, how did I wait so long to see this? So now I want to bring in movies that maybe a lot of people have never heard of or seen, and highlight those films. Because everyone knows The Exorcist, Dawn of the Dead, Jaws. Like, everyone's been there, done that. So 70s has a lot more films to offer than the big, like, well-known blockbuster, mainstream, important movies in horror history. But there's other films that really need to be highlighted, and it should be cherished, appreciated, and even if you don't like them, you need to experience it at least once. So that's what I'm going to be bringing to the table.
All right. And so also you're going to notice a change. Horror Italiano will not be on Sundays anymore. It's going to be dropping on Tuesdays. We'll let you guys know ahead of time. However, next month, yes, JR, next month, it's going to be one of those movies where are Rick and I going to decide, is this a zombie movie or not? Because again, if you have not watched any of the other episodes, when we put together this year's list, we wanted to go in fresh with movies we hadn't seen. You guys, do you want to keep talking about the same movies you've seen over and over and find something new? That was kind of our goal. And well, and in this goal, the list that we got of movies, it named off some movies that, well, have not been zombies. The Wailing. So next
It had
episode,
zombies, a little
one
bit of
zombie,
yeah.
had one zombie, one single solitary zombie.
What's next?
So,
Sean? What's next?
Next month is Jerusalem, by the
Okay,
way, with the Z in there.
I saw that one, so I'm not gonna spoil it, but I already know.
So,
the answers.
This is another one that at the end of it, we introduce a new section to this series, especially because of the way we went to this season. Where are we going to say, is this a zombie movie or not? Well, Jerusalem, again, that Z part can still throw you off. Jerusalem is next month. So if you've been watching, I hope you have hit liked on the episode. If you have not subscribed, make sure to hit subscribe. And with that, when you go out and you see somebody foaming at the mouth, don't get motherfucking bit.
Peace.
Guessing these devils be savages. Slim to none chance with the averages. Sitting on the low like you added slick. Darkness make you disappear like a magic trick. Put up to the table, come down and sit. These devils try to tie you the crown with it. Now you surrounded by counterfeits, trying to chop you up into 1,000 bits.